What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about Aurora, and of course things have gotten real ugly with this company. So not only have earnings been really disappointing, on top of that there's a class action lawsuit being filed against Aurora. So a bunch of bad news going on. Yesterday was a really red day. I did want to make a video about it. Unfortunately, I was super busy, had no time to make a video. So today I'm going to make some time to talk about Aurora. We're going to do some technical analysis, could see possibly how low Aurora can go. We're going to be looking at charts real soon, and the real question is, can Aurora be going back down to $1? Right now we're seeing Aurora hit lows that they haven't seen since September 2017. So right now it's looking real bad for Aurora. We're sitting at $3.10, up 3.3% from yesterday, which is not a surprise because yesterday we had a very red day. I think we were down over 16%. If you look at the volume, it was really oversold. So today, of course, a green day is what we're expecting, but does that mean we're going to see more green days? At this point, it's very unclear what could possibly happen with this company, but we're going to catch up on some of the news. We're going to look at this class action lawsuit filed against Aurora, and we're going to do some chart analysis. But before we get this video started, don't forget, give me a quick thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Can Aurora really go to $1 a share? Also, what do you think is going to happen with this lawsuit? And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that notification bell, smash that subscribe button, and let's get this video started. So first things first, we're going to be looking at Aurora charts. Right now we're up 3%, only up 9 cents. Currently sitting at $3.09. So as you can see, Aurora has had a huge sell-off, especially in the past week. We went all the way from having that $5 resistance line right here, possibly looking like we were going to break above it, and then all of a sudden Aurora released some earnings. And so right now it seems like we have a new resistance line and a new support line, which we would have to go all the way back to 2016, 2017 to understand where these resistance and support lines are coming from. So back here in 2017 and 2016, Aurora had a support line at around $2, between $1.95 to $2, and we had a resistance line at around $3.10. So Aurora hit that resistance line 3 times before it finally broke above it, and it was pretty much consistently using this line right here, which was around $2 as a support line. So if we go into today right now, we're going to go into the 5-minute charts, and this was after Aurora's earnings. Aurora broke below right here this $3.10. I put this line at $3.15 and it broke below it, and right now this line is acting as a resistance line. So Aurora is trying to break above it but not breaking above it, of course. So the possibility right now, as we've seen in the past, we've seen Aurora go all the way down to $2 and use that as a support line. So do I think Aurora can go all the way down to $1? I do think it's very unlikely, but I definitely see Aurora potentially going back down to $2 and using this line right here as a support. And then if Aurora breaks below this support line, at this point it becomes unknown. It could potentially go down to $1.50. It could break below the support line for a little bit and immediately bounce back up, or it could go down to $1. It all depends on the news, what happens, earnings, etc. Like how bad can this really get for Aurora? So as of now, that's it for the technical analysis on Aurora. We have a new resistance line right here at $3.15. We still have a support here at $2. We're going to see if Aurora continues to downtrend below this line. Right now it seems like Aurora can't do anything right. Any negative news will continue to push this company down, and we're going to touch up on this investigation which could bring this company down even further if this does become more serious news. And of course, at the end of this video, I will be reviewing my thoughts and opinions of what I think could happen with Aurora in the short term, long term. But for now, let's check out these investigations. So right here, investigation alert. The Schall law firm announces it is investigating claims against Aurora and encourages investors with losses in excess of $100,000 to contact the firm. So the investigation focuses on whether the company is issued false and or misleading statements and or failed to disclose information pertinent to investors. Aurora announced its first quarter results on November 14, 2019. The company suffered from a 24% drop in sequential quarterly revenues, including a 33% drop in revenue from consumer cannabis sales. The company also announced a significant drop in capital expenditures and the halting of construction for its Denmark facility. Based on this news, shares of Aurora fell by 4.25% on November 15, 2019. This is pretty much any shareholders that have lost over $100,000 to contact the firm. Luckily, I'm not one of those shareholders. I've already collected most of my profits with Aurora. Yes, I am a Aurora shareholders. I have a very small position. I've talked about how small my position was over and over again, and times like this make me not regret collecting my profits when I did. I've talked about many videos in the past, all the money I've made with Aurora. It's not that much. It is in the 5-figure range, but yeah, it's not looking good for Aurora, and it makes me very happy that I have a very small position. At the end of the video, I'll be talking about whether I decide that I will be adding to this position. So that's pretty much it for the investigations against Aurora. This has happened many times before. This has happened to Afria. This has happened to companies like IGC. This has happened to CanTrust. And I've never expected Aurora to fall under that category, but right now it is happening to Aurora. So now we're going to move on to the next article. I'm just going to skim past it, and it's pretty much all the excuses that these companies are making for an ugly crop of earnings. So one of them is there's not enough retail stores, especially in Canada's most populous province, which of course is Ontario and Toronto. And yes, I could verify that there's literally only 4 legally selling stores that sell. I'm afraid to say the word because I feel like every time I make a video on Aurora, YouTube automatically demonetizes my videos. So that's why also I might start doing less videos on Aurora, because I do put a lot of time and effort into these videos, and then at the end of the day they all get demonetized, so I don't get rewarded for my effort. I may sound like I'm whining, but that's just the truth. So I'm going to try to avoid saying the C word, the P word, the W word as much as possible, because I get demonetized the moment I say that. And I do have a video where I do go into one of these stores that sell, and I will be releasing that soon. Let me know in the comment section if you guys want to see that. The next excuse is the market opportunity today is simply not living up to expectations at the risk of oversimplifying. The inability of the Ontario government to license retail stores right off the bat has resulted in half of the expected market in Canada simply not existing. The next reason is the illicit market. So the illegal market for this sector is still thriving. According to Statistics Canada, about 29% of all consumers in the country obtain their plants from a legal source. So now we're going to be adding numerous different product lines to truly meet the mandate of the Trudeau government and the UN convention. When you legalize about these plants, you have to show that you're going to be competing with it or reducing the gray market. So the other one is, what about Europe? So Canada's population is roughly 38 million, which is nothing when you compare that to other countries or other provinces, like for example Europe with a population for more than 500 million. The European Union is a massive potential market. Medical MJ in Germany is an early prize, but is once again an example of a market that suppliers have mentioned often but have yet to actually show financial gains from it. So we expected a higher rate of growth in our international markets, Aurora CFO Ebert said in the conference call, and over the last quarter I've been adjusting strains under cultivation at the EU GMP facilities to better meet the needs of the European markets. We also been growing our sales force in Germany and believe we continue to have the leading market share of natural medical MJ. So there you have it. 3 main excuses that I got out of this were, one of them is the government slowing down the growth, especially in Ontario, especially in Toronto, one of the most populated provinces in Canada, probably has one of the least amount of stores. The second excuse was the illegal market. It's still thriving. I'm not gonna lie, I know a lot of people and they would much rather purchase from the illegal market, mostly because they don't have to pay taxes. There's no limit to when you can get it. You don't have to order it online. You can get it at midnight if you want. You can get it at 3 a.m. if you want. You don't have to go line up in a store, this and that, and sometimes it gets delivered right to you. So it's still thriving. And then the next excuse is Europe. We talk about it a lot. We talk about Germany. We talked about all these things going on in Europe. The population of Europe is huge, so much potential there, but yet we have seen next to no results coming from the UK. So there you have it. Things continue to just get uglier. Things continue to get worse in this sector. When will this downtrend end? I gave you guys my bottom support line right now, which is $2. So do I think Aurora can go all the way to $1? I do think it's a possibility. At this point, anything's possible, especially if we continue to see some negative news coming out of this sector, this company. It doesn't matter if it's just coming from Aurora. If another company like Canopy starts getting sued, the whole sector will continue to be dragged down because investors will continue to lose confidence in all these companies. And as for that lawsuit against Aurora, right now I don't think it's too big of a deal. We've seen this before in Africa, and we've seen Africa recover after. So I guess it all depends how serious these allegations really are. But for now, I do think Aurora could possibly continue to downtrend a little more, and I would say its bottom support $2 is a pretty safe bet. And will I be purchasing any Aurora shares? At this point, I don't plan to be purchasing any more Aurora shares until I see them hit or come closer to that $2 support line. I am still holding on to my shares. I do own a small amount of shares. I've made a video about it in the past where I talked about how many shares I bought and at what price. And I guess that's it for Aurora. Things are looking ugly. What do I think about the future for this company? I do think Aurora still has a lot of potential. It's still some early growing pains. We're just going to continue to see a crazy amount of volatility. I won't be surprised to see Aurora have a huge week one of these weeks, possibly might be after the January effect, which would be after Christmas. At this point, everything is unknown, but we're just gonna have to be patient and find out and see what happens with this company. But for now, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget, give me a thumbs up, hit that notification bell, smash that subscribe button. Let me know in the comment section your thoughts and opinions on what's gonna happen with Aurora. And that's it for now, guys. Bye bye.